Hello, my dear. Today's lesson is the comparative and the superlative adjectives. But first, I want you to remember that adjectives are words that describe a noun. Do you remember the noun? It's any naming word, like door, car, boy, girl, teacher. If I want to describe any of these words, I use adjectives like tall, short, big, small. For example, I can say a tall boy, a big car, a small table, okay? If I want to compare between two people or things, we use comparative adjectives. How can we form the comparative adjectives? Number one, in the short adjectives, what are the short adjectives? They are the adjectives that contain one or two syllables. What is the syllable? I want you to say the adjective slowly and see how many parts that you can cut the adjectives to. For example, the word tall. Say it slowly. Tall. It's only one syllable. You can't cut it into two parts. Old. Old. It's only one syllable. You cannot cut it into more than this. Okay? But let's, for example, say the word stupid. Stupid. Say it slowly. Stupid. So I can cut it into two parts. So it has two syllables. So with short adjectives, we add er to the adjective and the word than. We usually add er to the adjectives when we compare between two people or things. Tom is taller than Sam. Tall, er, than. Taller than Sam. John is older than Moby. Okay. Some adjectives ending with e, we add r only, okay? Like nice, I will put r only, nicer than. Simple, simpler than. Adjectives ending with y, we cross the y and put I, then er. Pretty, prettier than. Noisy, noisier than. Happy, happier than. I deleted the y and put I, then er, than. Short adjectives ending with consonant, vowel, consonant, we double the last consonant first, then we add er, than. Like, for example, here, fat. Consonant, vowel, consonant, and they are short adjectives. It will be fatter than, double T like this. Big, bigger than, double G. Long adjectives, more than two syllables. We add before it more, then the adjective, then than. Of course, it's a long adjective. I cannot make it longer by adding er to it. So I put more before it. Playing football is more interesting than watching TV. Can I say interestinger and add er to it? No, it's very difficult to do this. So I add more before it. Playing football is more interesting than watching TV. This coat is more expensive than the dress. Expensive. It's a long adjective. Say it slowly. Expensive. I cannot make it longer by adding er to it, so I will put more before it. This coat is more expensive than the dress. There are some irregular adjectives. We change them, like good will be better than. I can't say gooder. Bad will be worse than. Much or many, more than. Little, less than. Far, farther than, or further than. An example here, this girl is better than her friends. I can't say gooder. It's better than her friends. Your marks are worse than your friends. Your marks are worse than your friends. So we said here, worse than. Okay? These are irregular adjectives, and you must memorize them like this. So that was the comparative adjectives. We have superlative adjectives to compare one to a group. The same rules with the short adjectives, we add est, okay? But before the adjective, we put the. Small will be the smallest. Long will be the longest. An example here, River Nile is the longest river in the world. Another example, Tommy is the fastest boy in the class. Here, I compared River Nile to all of the rivers in the world. Tommy, I compared him to all of the boys in the class. So I used the superlative adjective by adding the before the adjective and est after it. The same, if the adjective ends with e, we will add st only. Nice, the nicest. Simple, the simplest. Adjectives ending with y, we cross y and put iest. Pretty, the prettiest. Noisy, the noisiest. Happy, the happiest. The happiest, okay? Short adjectives ending with consonant, vowel, consonant, the same. We double the last consonant, then add est. Fat, the fattest. Big, the biggest. Fat, double T, the fattest. Biggest, double G. Long adjectives, of course, I cannot make them longer by adding est, but I will add the two words, the most, before the adjective. Here is an example. Ronnie is the most beautiful girl in the class. Snow White is the most interesting story for children. We have also some irregular adjectives. Good will be the best. Bad will be the worst. Much or many will be the most. Little will be the least. Far will be the farthest or the furthest. This is the best exam this year. Okay, this is the best exam this year. Okay. Here is the rule summary. Short adjective, then long adjectives, then irregular adjectives. Short adjectives, clean, cleaner than, the cleanest. Nice, it ends with E, so it will be nicer than or only the nicest. Happy ends with Y, it will be happier than, the happiest. Fat will be fatter than, the fattest. Long adjective, for example, exciting, it will be more exciting than, the most exciting. The most exciting. Irregular adjectives, good will be better than, the best. Bad, worse than, the worst. Much or many, more than, the most. Little, less than, the least. Far, farther than, the farthest, or further than, the furthest. Here is an exercise. Let's answer it together. Ali is taller than Ahmed. Here we have a comparison between two boys, Ali and Ahmed. So I will use the comparative adjective. So I will add er to tall. It will be Ali is taller than Ahmed. Number two, May is the thin one in the family. Okay, here we compare May to a group, all of her family. So it will be the superlative adjective. I will add est, but this adjective ends with vowel plus consonant, and we have to double the consonant. So it will be thinnest like this. Thinnest. Ted is the good one in the class. Here I compare Ted to a group, all of the class. So I will need the superlative adjective. Good is an irregular adjective. It will be the best one in the class. Ted is the best one in the class. The bike is nicer than the car. Okay, here I compare between two, the bike and the car. It's a comparison between two things. So it will be nicer than. I added only R because the word nice ends with E. The elephant is enormous than the horse. Here is a comparison between two things, two animals, the elephant and the horse. So it's a comparative adjective. But enormous is a long adjective. Okay, so I will add more enormous than the horse. This girl is the pretty one in the party. I compare this girl to all of the girls in the party. So this is a superlative adjective. So it will be the prettiest. I deleted the Y and put I, then est. This shirt is dirty than the dress. I compare between the shirt and the dress. So simply it will be dirtier. I deleted the Y and put IER. John seems to be the intelligent in the class. I compare here between John and the whole class. So this is superlative. It will be the most intelligent. Sue is fat than her sister. I compare between Sue and her sister. I compare only between two. So it's a comparative adjective. I will add ER. But the word fat ends with a vowel plus consonant and it's short. So I'll double the T. So it will be fatter than. Tom is bad than his brother at math. I compare here between two. The comparison is only between two, Tom and his brother. And the word bad, the adjective bad, is irregular. It will be worse than. I want you to study this lesson very well because it's important and easy at the same time. I hope that you enjoyed it and understood it. If you have any questions, simply you can send me the questions. Okay? Goodbye for now and see you soon.